After a while, the chaos finally settles and all the saint candidates gather waiting for the trial to begin. Bored out of his mind, our hero drifts into memories of his glory days as the Skeleton King, when his body was packed with centuries of mana. All he wishes for now is to regain that power, but the greedy kids around him have become a barrier to that. The agitated baby flings his bottle aside, ready to crush anyone who dares block his path. Shuri shudders upon seemingly understanding his intentions. Just then, a robed man from the Holy Seas steps forward, instructing the candidates to follow his orders. Gathering the kids together, he begins a long, drawn-out history lecture. Our almighty baby is unimpressed, seeing it as a pointless waste of time and decides to leave on his own. Shuri tries to stop him, but with just a flick of his tiny foot, our hero blasts off faster than a cannonball. The loud boom draws everyone's attention, and Shuri stands there utterly baffled, unsure what to think. Meanwhile, our hero activates the spell he recently learned, High-Speed Stride, to zip right into the restricted zone. The history teacher frantically shouts at the almighty baby to stop, warning that the area is filled with traps. It takes a moment for everyone to process the situation before an all-out chase begins for the supersonic baby. Meanwhile, in the Joshua Mansion's banquet hall, a concerned Aceli expresses her worry about our hero. It seems everyone has gathered around a magical globe, watching the trial unfold. The commentator announces that they've tapped into the interior with familiars that track each candidate's movements in real time. Relai and the other nobles are taken aback when they hear that the first door has already opened. To their surprise, in third place is Armon, the son of Relai's loudmouthed friend. Then there's Shuri Joshua, who comes in second. The announcer pauses dramatically before revealing the frontrunner, and shouts our boy's name loud and clear, stunning everyone in the room. The magic orb shows a baby tearing through a trap-filled chamber, the church employee hot on his heels. The old man runs as fast as he can, terrified that the toddler will get himself killed. But a misstep from Shuri triggers one of the traps, and the poor elder is caught in its wake. Some of the candidates start crying for their parents, while others rush, hoping it ends soon. The wailing Shuri curses his crazy cousin for causing chaos from the very start. He pleads with our hero to stop triggering the traps, but the supersonic baby refuses to listen to the loser. With that, he reaches the door to the second trial. As smug as ever, Whisper boasts that he's evolved thanks to all the mana they've gathered in the annex. But our boy gladly replies that's great since now he can work even harder. With a simple wave of his tiny noodle arm, he commands his familiar to fetch his mount. The ghost advances toward the exhausted kids, grumbling about how difficult it's been. While they chat, one of the kids points to Shuri, wondering how the Joshua kid is able to fly. The jealous kids start grumbling, convinced that his family secretly taught him the cool trick. In his mind, the boy has already submitted to his fate while Whisper has a blast floating his body around. The demon ghost effortlessly carries the boy like a drone, dropping him face down beside its master. A weeping Shuri curses his cousin, begging him to stop his antics. He tries to reason with our hero, advising that despite getting lucky in the trial of choice, one wrong move in the second trial can be fatal. As Shuri continues his lecture about how the trial forces one to face his fears, the almighty baby zaps him, irritated by his incessant yammering. After having fun, he commands his cousin to explain the second trial again. Barely holding it together, he stresses that the worst mistake one can make is attacking their enemy. Our boy just stares at him, as if silently asking why he'd just sit there and do nothing. Shuri explains that the test of patience requires them to sit still for just 3 minutes in the face of their fear. If they fail, both of them will kick the bucket. Unimpressed by the cliché test, our demon king casually strolls toward the gates. Despite Shuri's repeated warnings, he enters the trial nonchalantly, sure that it's an easy win. As soon as he touches the doors, they glow in response. A voice welcomes him, clearly instructing him to remain calm no matter what. Isaac's big bubbly eyes sparkle with excitement. Meanwhile, at the very back of the line, Kina and his lackeys are chilling. One of them asks if it's okay for them to be so slow, considering they're last. With a shrewd smirk, the Barrett boy replies that they don't need to take the hard route when they can just let the others be their meat shields. Calm as a cucumber, he restores their spirit by reminding them that an 8-rank demon guards the second storage. So the others will undoubtedly get stuck there. Grinning confidently, his words come true as he points toward the brilliant light on the other side of the doors. As the trial begins, everyone is taken aback by the handsome deity who appears and warmly advises them to maintain their composure. But before the deity can finish, our impatient hero floods him with holy power, instantly burning him to the ground. Shuri loses it, cursing himself for even thinking his cousin could last 3 seconds, let alone minutes. The frustrated cries of the boys echo down the hallway. But even more furious is our boy, who can't help but reflexively want to annihilate any deity he lays eyes on. Whisper jokes that lasting 3 seconds is quite impressive for his boss. The voice announces they failed, and the impatient ones will face divine retribution. With that, a colossal golem slams open the gates. The earth-shaking roar of the golem sends Shuri into a panic. But the almighty baby remains unfazed, too busy charging up his magical Kamehameha. Without wasting a single breath, he unleashes the red beam that slices through the golem like a hot knife through butter. Shuri's jaw hangs open in pure bewilderment. But as the behemoth of a golem looms before them, our boy can't help but wonder what it's even doing here.